Hello students, welcome to my channel Maths with Panu. Today we will discuss about the topic of domain, codomain and range in relations. Okay, so for this purpose we have a question like let A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Define a relation R from A to A by R is equal to xy and y is defined as x plus 1. And the question is depict this relation using an arrow diagram and write down the domain, codomain and range of the relation R. Okay, so first of all we have to derive our relation, like we have the relation x y and here y is equal to x plus 1. Okay, so to find the y and x in numerical values, first of all we put the value of x is equal to 1. If we put the value of x is equal to 1, then we get 1 plus 1, 2. Means first pair that we get, that is equal to 1 and 2. So we get the value of x is 1 and the value of y is 2. For the second pair, we have to put x is equal to 2 and we get the value of y is equal to 3. So we get 2 and 3 for the second pair. Third type of coordinates, we put x is equal to 3 and we get 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4 and we get 3 and 4. After that you can put x is equal to 4 and you get 4 plus 1, that is equal to 5 and the next pair is 4 and 5. After that we have to put x is equal to 5 and we get 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So we get 5 and 6. So students, you can see in your set that you have the elements up to 6. Okay, now you have to write your pairs up to 6 because beyond 6 you have no numbers in your sets. Okay, so at this step we should break and the relation is derived as R is equal to, we get 1 2 the first pair and the second pair is 2 and 3 and the third one is 3 and 4 and next is 4 and 5 and the next one is 5 and 6. Okay, now the question is that what is the arrow representation of these relations? So students, you can write your numbers like 1 2 3 4 5 6 in the first set and the same numbers in the second set. Now you judge your relations. You have the relation of 1 to 2. So you can draw an arrow like that from 1 to 2 and the second one is 2 to 3 and the third one is 3 to 4 and then 4 to 5, 5 to 6. Okay, so this is our arrow representation. And with the representation, how we can find the domain and range and codomain of the function. So students, if you find the domain of the function, then domain is, you can write domain is equal to the elements which have the relation to the other elements, like 1, the second one is 2, 3, 4 and 5. The elements that have the relation with the other elements, these elements are called the elements of domain. And what is codomain? Codomain is the set of all the elements you have in your question, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe have other relation with the other elements or not. Okay, now what is the range of the function? And range is that elements we have the relation from the domain elements, means the range is 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, domain is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The elements which have the relation with the other elements. Codomain is the set of all the elements, and the range is the relative elements of the first set. Okay, so students, this is the domain, codomain and range of the relations. In my next videos we will discuss the domain, codomain and range in the functions also, but today we will discuss about the relation topic. So our next topic is that how we can find the equivalence relation. Okay, what is equivalence relation? To understand this concept, let us take a set like A1, 2, 3. Okay, and we have to cross product of A cross A means 1, 2, 3. And first of all you can make the pair like 1 with 1 and 1 with the element 2 and 1 with the element of 3. In the same way you can make the pairs like 2 with 1, 2 and 3, and then 3 with 1, 2 and 3, in this way. Okay, so what is the relation now? Because what is a reflexive relation? First of all, reflexive relation is that when we have the two elements are same, okay, and A belongs to R, you can say that A both, this relation you can say that A belongs to R, then we can say that this is a reflexive relation. Okay, like you have in your relation, suppose that you have this set is called the relation, because relation is in the relation we have the that elements which they have any relation in our question, because it is the question, we can take it generally R, and you can see that we have 1 1, 2 2 and 3 3 same elements, both the suffixes are same. Okay, so at the first place you have 1 1, in the second place you have 2 2, in the third place you have 3 and 3. In the relation, if both the suffixes means coordinate of x and y, or you can say that a and b are same, then these elements belongs to reflexive relation. Okay, because the property is that we have two elements same. So if in your relation you have 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, all the elements completely in your set, then it covers the reflexive property. Okay, now if we have to find the symmetric relation, reflexivity, it's sometimes that when we see our image in a mirror, and symmetric relation is that relation you can see in your daily life, like a resemblance, when a son is resembled with his father, or you can say that that relation is symmetric, like that. If we have AB belongs to R, then it is the condition we have BA also, means BA is also exist in our relation. Okay, means we have opposite pair also, that is called the symmetry. In your relation you can see that we have 1 2. Okay, for example, we have 1 2 belongs to R, and you have 2 1 also. Okay, means if you have AB in R, then you also have a BA in your relation. It means it covers your symmetric relation. Okay, symmetric property. Now the third one is that transitivity. What is transitive relation? So students, transitive relation is transfer of some elements, like you can say that if AB belongs to R, then BC also must belongs to R. And if by cancelling B, you can say that, to understand the concept, because B is same in the two pairs, then mostly you have AC belongs to R, then it satisfies your transitive relation. Okay, like you have a 1 3 in your relation, you can check that 1 3. Okay, 1 3 in our relation, and he can say that AB and the other one is BC. Suppose you can take 3 2. Okay, this is AB, and if you have 3 2 also belongs to relation BC. By cancelling B in both the braces, we have 1 2 also belongs to our. Okay, you can check that 1 2. Yes, we have 1 2. Then 1 2 belongs to R. It means these relations cover our transitive property. So students, a relation which covers three types of properties: reflexive relation, symmetric relation, and transitive relation, then it is called equivalence relation. Okay, then this question covers its equivalence relation. But you have any type of a relation R. I have given you an example, and if you are asking that in the exam, sometimes he asks that prove that or give an example of the relation which is not reflexive. Okay, but this relation must be symmetric and transitive. So you have to make the same set like 1 2 3 as we have make it earlier, and you have to cross multiply A cross A or A cross B, you can say that, and you have to make all the types of elements as you had made in your previous question. But we are not show reflexive relation, then you don't write all the three elements 1 1 2 2 3 3. Okay, you can eliminate any one of them. Like A cross A, we have all types of elements, and when we have to make R, then we write 1 1 2 2. We have not write 3 3. Okay, and all the other elements, like you can write as it is. You can write all the elements. Just 1 minute. Yes, you can write all the elements. You can see that 1 1 2 2, and we have not to write 3 3, because if we have to write 3 3, then it covers our reflexive property. And we have to ask in your question that the relation is not reflexive, means you do not write the third element or second or one. Okay, then all the other elements you can write. Okay, like 1 2 or 2 1, all the other elements you can write. I write this relation again. Okay, and you can write here 1 1 2 2 or 1 2, or you can write here 2 1 and 1 3 3 2 3 3 or 2 3. You can write all the other elements in your question, but you don't write any one of the element of reflexive relation. In this way you can done for your symmetry. If you don't have to show that relation is symmetric, then you don't write 1 2, because if 1 2 belongs to R, and if we are not showing 2 1 does not belong to R, okay, then it is not symmetric. So students, this is the property of reflexive, symmetric, and transitive. Sometimes we have any other property like antisymmetric. Antisymmetric is that property. Actually, this property is the reverse process. Means if 1 2 belongs to R, and 2 1 not belongs to R. Okay, then 1 not equal to 2. This is anti-symmetric. Or you can say that, okay, and if you can say that if 1 2 belongs to R and 2 1 is also belongs to R, then 1 and 2 must be equal. But this is not true properly in our questions, and we will discuss this property in detail in my next videos. Thank you so much.